when you start, you're going to insert your shaft probably about halfway. And then attach in this order the following: a spacer, a spacer, a shaft collar. For the shaft collars, you may need to take an Allen wrench and loosen up that screw inside the shaft collar so it will be easy to slide it onto the shaft. So a spacer, a shaft collar, and then 2 additional spacers. So spacer, spacer, shaft collar, spacer, spacer. Once all 6 of those are on, you can slide the shaft completely through. Once you have it through to each side, take 1 shaft collar and 2 spacers and slide it to the left and to the right. You want to even out this shaft and make sure that you have equal amount of space on the outside of that base. If you don't, just slide it left or right until it's centered. Once you have that shaft centered, you're going to take your Allen wrench. You're going to tighten up the screw in the shaft collar. In this way, it's going to hold that shaft in place, so you won't see it slide into the left or the right anymore. No, I don't. Sure, go ahead. Okay, once you have that shaft tightened in place, we're going to attach wheels on the outside. Before I can attach a wheel, I want to insert a spacer or slide on a spacer. That way the wheel won't be rubbing up against the frame or the base. Then once I have that spacer on, then I can slide on a set of wheels. Supposed to have 4 wheels. Yep. Yep. No, it's not. It's an additional step. You have time. Remember to slide on a shaft collar on the outside of your wheels as well. Alright, once you have those first set of wheels attached, you are not done. We're going to attach the second set of wheels by doing the same steps that we just executed. So again, I'm going to take that shaft and insert it about halfway. In the other available hole at the top. You did not have to put it there, but since it's already available, I figured we use it. On that shaft, you're gonna slide on 2 spacers. One, two shaft collars. And 2 additional spacers. 1 and 2. So again, spacer, spacer, shaft collar, spacer, spacer. Once you have those 6 on, similar to what we've done previously, you're gonna slide that shaft all the way through and try to balance it out. Next, we're going to take 1 shaft collar and 2 spacers and slide it to the left and to the right. Again, we're making sure the shaft is even on both sides. So I don't want a lot hanging out on one side. I have 3 to 4 inches on one side and just a half of an inch on the other. Balance it out so you have equal amount of space to work with. And so that when it's time to attach the second pair of wheels, it won't be as difficult. Once you have that shaft balanced, then you can take your Allen wrench and tighten the screw in the shaft collar. Yes, go ahead. Chopsticks? Okay, and in my final steps to attaching the wheels, I'm going to use a spacer on the outside, again, so that my wheels are not rubbing up against the base. Once I have my spacer on, then I can attach that second set of wheels. Once the wheels are on, I can place a shaft collar on each end, outside of the wheels. Depending on the wheels that you use, yours may or may not look like mine. But the goal here is, with our motion components, is that anything that drives or anything that needs to turn in a complete circle or at any degree, we need to have a shaft, whether it's long or short. We're working with the long ones for right now. You also need to have shaft collars and spacers. What questions do you have about building a base and achieving motion with those new components that we just added?